Has been making a big push for getting young girls interested in fields related to science, technology, engineering, and math. It's STEM classes, as they're commonly called, and they're doing some really cool stuff to make this happen, like using robots. So here with more on how UNM is doing this and the outreach programs that they have is Melanie Moses. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Thank you.
We're having a discussion during the break about the technology that you've sort of come up with, you've invented in order to help process STEM classes for young girls and get them involved.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is one of them. But let's first talk about some of the opportunities that you have at the university.
Yes. So at the School of Engineering, in computer science in particular, we have a number of programs for young students to get involved in research in science and technology. One of the research projects that we work on are these robots, but there are all kinds of opportunities for students to do internships. We are trying to bring more students into the School of Engineering, into science and math, by offering a course called Computer Science for All. And this is a course right now, we have 500 high school students enrolled in this course in their own high school, and they get UNM credit and learn the basics of computer programming.
It's good to have them throwing that in advance of college, right?
Exactly. We're doing this because we want, the entire population of New Mexico to be trained in computer science. We want to reach out to all kinds of communities: African American students, Native American students, Hispanic students, students who might have not seen themselves as computer programmers, might not realize their own potential. But we need everybody's talent and skills to contribute to this technology of this century.
And this is one of the things that you've had as part of the program. What does it do?
Right.
Describe it for us.
So this is an iAnt. This is an iPod-controlled robot, and it is designed to mimic the behaviors of ants. And
why ants?
So ants are fabulously talented at cooperating, right? So you see ants following each other along the cracks of a sidewalk or picking up the crumbs in your kitchen. It looks like they've got some sort of coordination, but there's no one in charge. So it's not like a movie. There's not a queen telling the individual ants what to do. Instead, each ant is following a little set of rules where collectively they have this cooperative behavior that emerges from their interactions.
Fascinating.
And we think humans can learn a lot from that, and we also really want our robots to learn from that.
Tell us how this is controlled.
So our students wrote computer programs that run on this iPod brain.
You can can I tilt this up just a little bit to see
absolutely.
that? There's an iPod right there on top. I don't know if you can make that out. There it is.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. And so the iPod, we're using the iPod cameras, for example, and the robot will, detect one of these little tokens down on the ground.
There's the token.
And it will then collect that token. Right now we're working on the grippers. We have a suction cup equipped version of this robot. We'll pick up this token, take it back to the robot's nest, just like an ant will collect food.
And there are many others operating at the same time?
There are many others, right. Okay. So we typically run with groups of 6 of them, although in simulations we can go up to hundreds or thousands of these robots.
That's so fascinating.
And the idea is that eventually these robots are going to go out into the real world and do tasks, mundane things like pick up the garbage, and really exciting things like go to Mars and look for signs of life.
And that's the connection to computer science. This is developing something that could really help us in our everyday lives, using technology just like this.
Exactly. So the algorithms, the computer piece of this is writing the code that allows the robots to interact with each other, adapt to their environment, and do tasks that we need them to do without us having to tell them exactly step by step how to do each of these things.
That's fascinating. Why get more people involved in inventing stuff like this, in being in STEM classes? What's the motivation?
So there are a couple of motivations. One is that this technology is really taking off. There's an amazing set of opportunities for people who have computational skills to work not just in engineering, in building things like robots, but to work in medical fields, to work in designing cars and bridges, anything that we design now in the modern world, there's a computer behind it or computer underneath it. And so we need more talent. We need, there's a job for every computer scientist. We need more people in the pipeline to keep our economy going. And we need the population at large to be computer literate, to understand this technology that's really controlling our modern world.
And of course, you are focusing on young women in some of the programs at UNM, but I'm sure anybody could contribute. And we'll have more information as well online, KRQE.com, as well as a recap of what you've told us. Melanie Moses, thanks for being here, and thanks for demonstrating or showing us what you're inventing there. So neat.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Melanie.
very much.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.